What we're tracking is, of course, the Congress MP and leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi's comments on foreign soil that have invited criticism from the ruling BJP yet again. Rahul Gandhi has attacked the state of Indian democracy overseas. He was speaking in Colombia and said that the biggest challenge in India today is the attack on democratic systems. He also compared India and China on manufacturing and job creation, saying India, despite being a large country, is failing to create jobs.
The single biggest risk is the attack on democracy that is taking place in India. Because India has multiple religions, multiple traditions, multiple languages, and India actually is a conversation between all its people. And different traditions, different religions, different ideas require space. And that the best method for creating that space is the democratic system. And currently there is a wholesale attack on the democratic system in India. So that's a risk. This other big risk is risk between different conceptions, different parts of the country, right? Some 16, 17 different languages, different religions. So allowing these different traditions to thrive, giving them space to express themselves is very important for a country like India. We can't do what China does, which is suppress people and run an authoritarian system. Our design just will not accept that.
Now, the BJP has been quick to hit back, calling Gandhi a leader of propaganda, accusing him of repeatedly targeting Indian democracy and institutions on foreign soil. The BJP also hit back on the state of Indian economy today versus what it was 10 years ago after 10 years of UPA rule.
देखिए, उनका ये एक आदत हो गई है कि विदेश में जाकर के देश की जो संवैधानिक संस्थाएं हैं उनको बदनाम करना।
अब आप चीन की तारीफ कर रहे हैं कि भारत तो दुनिया की बड़ी ताकत नहीं बन सकता, लेकिन चीन दुनिया का नेतृत्व कर सकता है और भारत के अपमान करने का आप कोई भी अवसर छोड़ते नहीं हैं।
देखिए, ही इज़ अ डिसग्रेस। ये जानते हैं सब कि वो देश को हर जगह बदनाम करने का, देश की निंदा करने के लिए, देश की आलोचना, मैं ये सरकार की नहीं कह रही, देश की निंदा।
Let's first take a quick check of some of his past statements, which is why the BJP has been quick to label Rahul Gandhi a repeat offender. Now, in April 2025, earlier this year itself, in Boston, Rahul Gandhi has said that Election Commission of India is compromised. There is something very wrong with the system. In September 2024, which is late last year, in Virginia, he had said that the fight in India is if a Sikh can wear a turban or a kada. The fight is not just for Sikhs, but for all religions. Also in September 2024, in Georgetown University, he had said we will think of scrapping of quota when India is fair. In May 2023, in California, again in the US, he had said that when what Dalits faced in 1980s in India, Muslims face today. Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Dalits and tribals all feel the same. In March 2023 at Cambridge University, he had said that Indian democracy is itself under threat. Several leaders are under surveillance. Parliament, press and the judiciary are constrained. Also in September 2023 in Brussels, he had said that the minorities are under attack in India. Dalit and tribal communities are under attack. Even as far back as May 2022 in London, he had said that the soul of India is under attack from the BJP and RSS. Deep State, which he called as ED and CBI, is chewing India much like in Pakistan. So is Rahul Gandhi a repeat offender? Let's take that to our guest joining us. R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP. Aditya Garg of the Congress is joining us. Also with me, author and political analyst Nikhil Chandwani. Aditya Garg, how do you respond to the charges coming in from the BJP today that Rahul Gandhi is not just deriding, let's say, his political opponents, BJP or the RSS, but he's actually bringing down the glory of India as a country itself, that too on forest soil?
Happy Dashara to one and all. I'd like to start firstly by pointing that the topic itself I raise an objection to because firstly it's not an attack on Bharat, and it's not the first time that any political leader has said something about their country for constructive criticism of the existing government and suggested that it's not too late to change the track and not to try and subvert the democracy and its values. And it's not that the BJP, who tries to act very holy and sane, haven't said much abroad. I mean, in Seoul in Korea in 2015, our own Prime Minister said that people of India felt ashamed of, being part of India. I would like to ask the spokesperson, a very accomplished sir, that when you were young, probably of my age, did you ever feel that ashamed of being a part of India or having born in India? I mean, it's kind of how you would want to take the topic. If you want to take it as constructive criticism, then it would be good for democracy. If it not, then it surely proves the point that the democracy is at stake.
Okay, but Aditya, before I take your objection to the BJP spokesperson, I just want to kind of delve deeper into this because, he has talked about the Election Commission of India being compromised on foreign soil. In India, it's a separate debate. You can have that debate, between Indians. But why take this issue, for example, to foreign soil? What are other countries supposed to do about it? If it's not to delegitimize Indian systems and the current government that has won a mandate fair and square, in the past, he has also said, for example, that US and UK should intervene as far as Indian democratic systems currently are concerned. Why should an Indian leader do that?
Ma'am, Indian diaspora abroad is huge. There are too many Indians living abroad who hold stake in Indian government. I mean, in India, they have their relatives here, they have their roots here. Why would any Indian dance to arrival of Narendra Modi abroad? It's the same. Why would you involve diaspora outside for celebrating the arrival of the Prime Minister? Isn't it similar to, addressing their issues as well? If elections are being compromised in India, don't the Indian diaspora abroad have a stake in it? Why shouldn't they be involved in the conversation?
But they don't vote here. So why should they be?
How do you know they don't vote here? Probably
what do you mean by Indian diaspora? Diaspora generally refers to NRIs who don't vote in India.
But their parents might be living here. Their relatives might be living here. They have their roots here. They remain connected to the
so this debate is indeed being held in India, right? For the benefit of those parents and relatives.
But Indian diaspora were the members of the people or the people involved in the debate where he was, talking to the educated class and the people, the guests there. It's not that he was speaking to the locals or just the locals or the government or the authorities over there, right?
No, so but you on that you conveniently ignored the comment that I highlighted, which is about asking US and UK to intervene in India. That comment had happened in the run-up to the 2024 elections. That was certainly not meant for Indian diaspora to intervene in India.
When Malala Yousafzai raised the point that women in Pakistan, the girls in Pakistan were being subjected to violence, rape, and, all sorts of things, or stopping them from education, was she trying to, undermine Pakistan's right, the girls' right? Wasn't she talking of girls as whole?
No, one second. Are you comparing the situation in India to Pakistan or Afghanistan?
No, ma'am, I'm not comparing anything. I'm comparing the right to speak and involve people in the right of people as a whole.
No. I don't think any foreigner has a right to intervene in Indian democracy. Please focus on whether foreigners and foreign governments can be invited.
Only on foreigners. Why not involve diaspora? Indian diaspora is everywhere, isn't it?
No, I asked you about the comment about asking US and UK to intervene, but you're conveniently sidestepping it. But I'll allow RP Singh to come in on this. RP Singh, as far as today's event is concerned, he's speaking to Indian diaspora. He's talking about the health of Indian systems and democracy. What is so wrong about this? The Prime Minister has done this in the past as well.
Well, when he speaks to Indian diaspora there, what does he say? Last time, remember, he said he picked up a Sikh gentleman and said, a young Sikh lad, and said, you're not allowed to, do you know you're not allowed to wear turban in India? You're not allowed to follow your religion in India?
You're misquoting him. Sir, you're misquoting him. I respect you, but please don't misquote him.
Okay, let him finish.
What did he say?
Aditya, let him finish.
There is already a case, sir.
No,
there is already a case.
Misquoting.
Sir,
He's misquoting.
hold on.
No, he definitely implied, Rahul Gandhi definitely implied that the fight in India today, this is about September 2024 in Virginia.
But
he spoke to a
Sikh.
Sikh.
Not allowed to wear it.
When you say there is a fight in India on whether a Sikh can wear a turban or not, please tell me, Aditya, What is
Yes,
the
ma'am, but
connotation
it's
of
not,
it?
it's not that
And
they're
is
not
there any
allowed
question?
to. There
Is there any question of a Sikh turban in India at all? Where does the question
ma'am, there
arise?
is, ma'am, in the index, if you see the religious freedom index, we've slipped.
Okay, I'm not going to religious freedom index. That's done by a foreign country. It's no reflection on India. But let RP Singh respond. Aditya, I'll come back to you. Please let RP Singh respond.
Well, religious freedom. Their leader, his father, butchered 3,000 Sikhs in Delhi. His father, his grandmother murdered 25,000 Sikhs in India, in Punjab. You're talking about religious freedom? You have no right to talk about religious freedom. Never ever talk about religious freedom under UP or under Congress regime. But coming to the point, I mean, he is a regular offender. He's a regular offender, and that's what I was trying to put a point across, that he uses foreign land because no one pays heed to him. I mean, he doesn't get that sort of attention here. I mean, he just took out his that yatra, so-called yatra, vote chori yatra. He didn't got much of the attention because of that. So he's trying to go and defame election commission abroad, whereas our election commission is acknowledged worldwide. But they have to undermine the institutions here. They undermine constitutional institutions here, and they are trying to project that as if there is big threat to democracy. When he says there is no freedom of speech in India, he took out Yatra. Did anyone stop? He is every day accusing the election commission. Has anyone stopped? Although all false accuses, but has anyone stopped him? No. And democracy, mother, son, daughter, all three are member of parliament. When they got 99 seats, they were cheering. Oh, we have won 99, and Modi ji has lost election. I mean, and then other side there is a threat to democracy. And
But
this
you
is
did
nothing else.
No, but RP Singh respond to the fact that Congress always points out to certain comments made by current Prime Minister in his previous terms, if indeed, where he has criticized, for example, India as a country or what it was under Congress.
Yes, coming to that when we used to go abroad, even when I used to go abroad, I mean, they never got that of respect which we get now. Ask diaspora, he's referring to diaspora. Please take a survey on a diaspora and ask them, is there is a difference between the respect which they have, which they get now and which they used to get in UPA regime. But only agenda is, see, I reiterate, agenda is somehow do something which suits the foreign powers. I mean, he will be misquoted by foreign powers. I mean, earlier he was misquoted by Pakistanis in various international forums, and now he's praising China. I mean, India is a growth story. India economy is a growth story. We were fragile. We were among the five fragile. Today we are the fourth robust economy, and we are targeting third to be third economy very soon. So,
Okay.
but he said India economy is a dead economy. So he is actually trying to defame India and then try to undermine the institution, the democratic institution here.
Okay, one second.
Even
Speaking of the economy, I just want to quickly play out that excerpt. The point that RP Singh and BJP have raised, that you have run down Indian success and economy while praising China overseas. Listen in.
From our perspective, I can only talk about what we are seeing in India. Large country like India is struggling, even though we have good economic growth, we are struggling to create jobs for our people. And the reason we are struggling to create jobs for our people is because we are not actually producing, we are not manufacturing. We are a service-based economy, and large countries require a manufacturing base, require the act of production to employ its people.
Rahul says we are not manufacturing enough. Now, the BJP, of course, has come out with a fact check of their own. Nikhil, I want to come to you on this. As a neutral observer, you know, the BJP is pointing out, you look at the figures, forget everything else. Goods production in India was 1 lakh crore worth in 2014-15, after 10 years of UPA government. Today, it's 11.3 lakh crore in 2024-25. That's a 6-time increase. Goods exports have increased by many folds. 38,000 crore to 3.37 lakh crore. Phone production 18,000 crore to 5.4 lakh crore, and I could go on. So is this criticism fair that India is not doing enough, if that was what Rahul Gandhi was trying to suggest?
First thing regarding the manufacturing that he was saying, I run a manufacturing unit. We run a biomass pellet factory here in Nagpur, and ease of doing business, it has bettered tremendously under the Modi ji's regime, under the BJP regime. However, coming to the topic, opposition is actually vital. It's very important for a democracy. But there are many points where BJP has messed up big time. But opposing means strengthening the roots. It doesn't mean cutting the tree. If Rahul Gandhi he is choosing to insult India overseas, we all are together opposing him. We all are coming together to stand with Bharat loudly, clearly, and unapologetically. If democracy in India, if he says that it is truly finished, Rahul wouldn't be giving out speeches abroad. He won't be able to travel abroad and give speeches against India. He would be rotting in jail somewhere.
On the issue of manufacturing, Aditya, I want to bring you in. You know, I'm reminded of the fact that Raghuram Rajan, who's a friend of the Congress party, he has even sat doing interviews with Rahul Gandhi himself. Raghuram Rajan was of the view that India shouldn't be manufacturing too much, not so long ago. I'm not sure why Congress party wasn't objecting to it then. You know, it's just become fashionable to criticize whatever the Indian government does on the economy front, whether we should manufacture, not manufacture, whether we should be strengthening services, not strengthening services. In all of this, the outlook of the Congress party is not very clear. You know, the outlook of the Congress party is not very clear on what do you think would be the best thing for India, or what is your vision? Because not so long ago, India was being criticized for focusing on manufacturing.
Ma'am, I asked you today a question, a counter question. Have we been able to create enough jobs?
Let RP Singh respond.
52 crore people are part of the Mudra Yojana loan. Even if I take that, they would have taken loan second time, 32 crore would be still, I leave 20 crore, still 32 crore. And if they don't apply, each one of them don't apply anyone else, even then 32 crore families are taken care of through Mudra Yojana loan. I'm leaving aside the regular jobs which they are getting. All EPFO data speaks about that. There's almost crore and a half every year. But that leave aside. So problem is that is job or employment. India is doing good on employment sector. Jobs are also doing good. We are doing good on job. And as far as manufacturing goes, you just told the data that we are doing quite good in manufacturing. But where did we lose the train? We lost the train when China was changing the tracks and under the UPA regime of those 80s to 2005 or 6. We lost that track and we lost that train that time.
Okay.
Had we done something that time, we would have
I
been
asked
much
a
better
very
as a country.
simple question for
Can I
which
ask you? Yeah, Aditya, I think he answered that. No, he answered that. But can I also point out, I want Congress's view on this. Do they feel that the 10 years of UPA, for example, were much better when it came to the economic growth? Because BJP is pointing out to the fact that today India produces 7.1% of automobiles form part of 7.1% of the GDP and 49% of the manufacturing GDP. India is the fourth largest automobile producer. You could also talk about, of course, how India ranks third by volume, 14th by value in the world as far as pharmacy is concerned. We are known as the pharmacy bowl of the world. India is now the second largest mobile phone manufacturer. You know, you cannot take away some of the credit of any government, as you would not want from Narasimha Rao's government or whatever Nehru did or Indira Gandhi did or Rajiv Gandhi did. You cannot take away the improvements that have been made under this government.
Ma'am, you always calculate manufacturing as a percent of GDP. And that's how you compare the term as to how much is the manufacturing contributing to the GDP. When the UPA government left, the manufacturing's contribution to GDP was 16.8%, which has fallen down to 16.4%, which has fallen down to 15.8%. That the government itself said that we will try and reach 25% manufacturing contribution to the GDP, which they have not been able to. In fact, we are producing less as a percent of GDP when UPA left.
Okay.
How would...
Okay, let Nikhil come in on this. Nikhil, is this a fair criticism?
Ma'am, again, back to the first topic. Why is he criticizing India abroad? Why is he talking about manufacturing and economy abroad? This is a domestic issue. This is an India issue. If he has to if he has to talk about the GDP, if he has to talk about the numbers and the jobs, Parliament is the place to be. It's not in Colombia. It's not in any other place in the world. If there's something which he thinks needs opposition in India, he has to do that inside the country. Why is he trying to bring in foreign power? Why is he trying to bring in people from the West to come, comment, talk, and do commentary about India?
Okay, Aditya, Aditya.
Nikhil, we live in a very different time. I don't know which time you're living in, but if social media, you're using an X, Twitter, Meta, whatever you're using is based out of California. and is being used by India and multiple countries to criticize whosoever they like. Today, I criticize Trump's policy on India and how he's been treating our country lately, how he's changed the people. I'm criticizing everyone everywhere, right? And I have the right to do so. If I am on social media and having the largest presence on an international platform, I mean, the world has very little borders left now. I mean, you can voice your opinion sitting anywhere for anyone.
Okay.
How could you-
Let Nikhil respond to this, then RP Singh.
Sir, but is it the correct time to malign your own country when you are facing terrorism sponsored by the neighbor? Trade negotiation is going on with the US. There are tough trade negotiations right now
There will
going on.
always be
Is
something
it the right
going on,
time to criticize your country? Because you are not criticizing the government, you are not criticizing the BJP abroad. You are
Why
talking
not?
about
It is,
India
in fact, we are
being
criticizing only the
democratically
government,
weak.
only the
You're talking
BJP.
about India being democratically weak. You're not targeting the BJP. You're not targeting the ruling party. Your people are abroad talking
Probably
against
you
your
need to
country.
see you need
And
to see
India
the
and BJP are
entire.
different. They are different. They are not same.
Nikhil,
Okay.
you probably need to see, you need to listen to what he said. He said that the commission, he raised question on election commission. He raised on our education system. He raised points on our economy. And he said that it is under this government that so-and-so thing is happening. He never said that, it's been happening or we've lost democracy. He
Okay.
said we're losing democracy.
Okay, one
under
second. Can I
this
just come in?
government.
You know, Aditya, when I asked you about confused Congress messaging, you know, what I was pointing out, and I'll allow RP Singh to come in on this, is that domestically, Rahul Gandhi has also been talking about Jitni Abadi Utna Haq. They want 80% reservations, even in government jobs. People have talked about private sector reservations in India. I'm just not understanding how you can criticize India versus China and say India is lagging behind despite being in power for 60 out of the 75 years post-independence, and then also talking about these regressive issues about more and more of reservation. In that non-merit India, how will you actually have any of this growth? That is what I'm confused about. Your domestic political policy does not really align with a robust economic policy. Let RP Singh come in on this.
Well, India is a growth story. Everyone knows that. And then Mr. Rahul Gandhi can't stomach that India is a growth story and an ongoingly growth story year after year. Whereas, and in the world is seen as the bright star. And that is very difficult for them to swallow this. But coming to the point, he says there is a threat to democracy. Well, what's happening in the country where he was addressing a press conference? What's happening in that country? Is democracy, how's democracy performing there? You're going and talking about the threat to democracy. But fact is that actually there is threat to his own existence. That he knows that he is bound to lose Bihar election. So best way is go use any platform and try to build up a narrative saying that there is threat to democracy. We would have won the election and had there been a fair election.
Okay.
That's the overall concept. And that's he's trying to project to the diaspora also, that we are the party in reckoning. And then we won 99 seats and we made Modi ji lose. But now there is threat to democracy. After his statements, he has won Telangana, he has won Karnataka, he has won Jharkhand. But even, and Jammu Kashmir also, they were in alliance. But there is threat to democracy.
Okay. So are the charges fair to begin with, and should they be made on foreign soil? The jury is out on that. I do thank our guests for joining us.